many of you is trying to analyze the prophecy of our dear Reverend Father Ejike Anthony Ebenezer Mbaka, trying to figure out one or two things concerning what he said that will happen in 2026. But before I say what I want to say, can you go back to the previous video of Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka, right from the days of 1995, Colonel Mike Toure, before the former administrator of Enugu State took over after Colonel Mike Toure Aman. And you find out that whatever he said or whatever he gave as a prophecy comes to pass, comes to actualization. Right from the days of Colonel Mike Toure down to the days of Akwata Bridge, right to the days of General Sani Abacha, and too many other things you can mention of. And I don't know why they are bringing up this video of Adeboye prophesying how things will be okay, less food cost and people less suffering, and things will be more cheaper, and whatever he said in his own prophecy, or whatever he declared, he make a declaration that very big difference from declaration and from prophecy. And mind you that Adeboye is a Yoruba man, and the Yoruba wants Yoruba to return 2027. Adeboye is a Yoruba man, Tinubu is a Yoruba man, Oyedepo is a Yoruba man, Kumuyi is a Yoruba man. Too many of them are Yorubas. They will always want their brother, they will always want to retain power, they will always want their brother to come back to power 2027. So that has been what they want to do, just to achieve power 2027. But let me tell you, when man proposes and God disposes, there's nothing man can do about it. Now I want to tell you about Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka. Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka, I know as a priest, is a very careful person. Personally, Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka has this culture of maintenance, character of maintenance, that before he says something, he goes deep. He makes researches. He goes into constant consultation with the Holy Spirit before he comes out to say anything. And I want to tell you this, that 2026 is not going to be fairer to us and for us. Just look at the tax bank reform that Tinubu insisted. Considering the fact of everything they have said, Tinubu insisted that tax of a thing must be implemented. You can imagine where you don't get income, where you don't aim anything, you have your personal bank account, not even company bank account or whatever, you are being subcharged of tax. And Tinubu is trying to implement it because they know that they will benefit more. Tell me any other suffering that is worse than that kind of suffering. High rate of tax, which Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka stood firm on the altar of adoration on the new year, earliest morning on the first day of 2026, to tell our leaders, to tell the federal government, to state government, that the investors are running out because of the tax. The tax rate is too high. The investors are no longer coming in, they are running away because they cannot pay the tax. The tax is high. Imagine when you go to bank to loan, the interest rate is very high. You can't pay it. The interest rate of 1 billion within 1 year, it is much more accumulated than that 1 billion. So tell me how we are going to survive. Tell me why food is not going to be cost. When a market woman, if you want to pay her, you pay her through transfer, and she has to be subcharged of her charges. And you tell me why a pint of gari, cup of gari, bottle of oil, 1 cup of oil, red oil will not increase. Pepper, onions, all these ingredients of a thing, cassava will not increase. Everybody is in the market now, they have a POS operator by their side. And the POS operator, instead of to charge normal charges, because she's been subcharged or he's been subcharged of tax, they have to increase their charges. So that is another new method. Now, what is the federal government and what is the Nigerian government thinking about the poor masses? If they have the interest of the poor masses at hand, will Tinubu be thinking or will insist of the implementation of tax increment? Ask yourself that question and tell me why Nigeria is not going to suffer this year, 2026. Tell me how is it possible that Nigerians are not going to suffer? So where is the prophecy of Adeboye coming from? Look at the prophecy of Adeboye and look at the prophecy of Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka, and tell me how will Nigerians not suffer? And in that the same message, mind you that Father Mbaka made a statement. He called our leaders and he prayed for them for God's own direction and for an administration of good leadership, for God to direct them well. That God told him to pray for our leaders for a good leadership. And some people are making jest of that. And I wonder why Nigerians has been so much porous, with so much carnivorosity of ingratitude nature, being a nuisance in this kind of platform of prophecy. And I want to bring it up to you now that there's no way tax will be increased in Nigeria and things will be the same again. Things will be well. Why cup of rice will not increase? Cup of beans, cup of fear, pepper, onions, tomato will not increase. Oil, yam, because those traders are paying tax. And the worst part of it, are you going to tell a trader that opened bank account to go and close his or her bank account? They are being surcharged of their charges. Mind you that from Onitsha to Enugu market, to all Alaba International Market, Lagos, to some of the various markets, Sokoto, Kaduna, Kanu, they have started surcharging individuals of the charges federal government has not implemented. The federal government says the 1st of January they must implement. Now the traders already are now surcharging the individuals, the fellow trader, the people that came to patronize them to buy from them. Tell me why Nigerians are not going to suffer. Now if Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka says that things will be more harder and harder in 2026, that they will suffer, people will suffer, things will be more hard, that we should pray. And he now came down on a slow platform to explain the tax reform, that our investor that needs to come into Nigeria, they are running away. They have refused to invest. Go to bankers, go to banks, go to management of bank and ask them, how much is their tax rate? Go to companies in Nigeria. ShopRite, everywhere have shut down. In the whole Nigeria, ShopRite is no longer in operation, so go to ShopRite to learn shop and know how much they will charge you. Know how much they will charge you. The tax rate is too much. Even here in the city of Enugu, before Tinubu started implementing on the tax, the governor of Enugu state has already implemented long time ago. Immediately he took over power. Few days after he took over power, about tax and tax reform. Instead of decreasing, it's decreasing. And all those wolves in sheep's clothing that call themselves politicians, that are benefiting from one place or the other, because they have been given one office or the other, they are now praising the governor. Tell me why Nigerians are not going to suffer 2026. And tell me how you are going to deliberate, or you are going to start analyzing the prophecy of Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka. It must come to pass. It's already happening. Whether you believe it or not. I don't believe in Adeboye, man of 18, because he's supporting his own brother, because they have indoor meeting, or because they are talking on phone call, or because they have a personal relationship. And he thinks that when he says it, maybe he was being told or said one or two things, and he came out to say it as a prophecy, or I want to pass it as a message or an information. But I want to tell you, any real prophecy that comes from the bottom place of the Holy Spirit, give it time, it will happen. Whether you like it or not, it must happen. That is all I have to say. Thank you.